friends. So today we are going to be solving for this and mastering this simple principle that you need to know. So solution, so we have 9 divide 3 plus 6 divide 2 times 2. So we are writing our equation, so this is what we have. But remember, when you see this type of equation, you must abide by the order of operation. There are many ways you can actually memorize this. This is normally called BODMAS. From left to right, you operate this. B is for brackets, and you can have as multiple brackets as possible. But note, if you have more than one bracket, you start from the inner bracket, then go into the outer one. Then, should in case there's 3, then you extend outside. So if it's bracket, you start operating from inside of the bracket, then you now open it to the next one, then to the next one, but ensure you start from the smallest bracket, or like the one that is first inside. So you are starting from inside. After treating the first bracket, you go to the second bracket, you go to the third bracket, and as many as possible. And note that in each of those brackets, you must still follow BODMAS. So take note of that. So, and for order, these are your exponents, that is 2 squared, cube, all these are your words, exponents that you will approach before you now solve any other operation. So you start from your bracket, the order, which is your exponent, then division, multiplication, addition, subtraction. So now, but in this case, we have brackets first. So we have to treat brackets. And in that bracket, we have to still follow BODMAS. So, but in this bracket, the next order of operation, we don't have order, which is exponent. But what do we have? We have division. So we are going to start with division in the bracket first. So let's write down 9 divide into the bracket of 3 plus 6. So 6 divide 2, that's what we are supposed to treat first. But we can actually rewrite this to be multiplication. That is by changing the sign to multiplication. Then what you are dividing is 2. Then you now take the inverse of it. So instead of saying divide, you say multiplication, and now take the inverse of what you are supposed to divide with. Then we now have times 2. So this is what we have. So now we've treated division. So now let's follow multiplication. So let's write this 9 divide 3 plus. So now multiplication, this is the same thing as 6 times 1 times 2 divide 2. But we know 2 will divide 2, and we're just left with 6. You see? So now we're done with division. So the next one is multiplication. So multiplication, this is 6 times 1 times 2. Then we know that 2 will divide 2, and we're left with 6. So now let's treat the bracket. So now we have addition, we can just add, which is 3 plus 6, which is 9. So now we just have division, and of course 9 divide by 9 is what we are having left. So treating this, you can decide to either change it to multiplication also. 9 times, you take the inverse because you are changing the sign. So this is the same thing as writing it as this. So now you have 9 divided 9, which is equal 1. So our answer is 1. So let's try another question. So let's try out 10 squared divided by 5 times 2. Commonly what people will do is that they will just multiply. So our 10 square you multiply this, which is 10. So and 10 square dividing 10, this is going to be 10 to the power of 2 minus 1 from our indices. We take one of the base and subtract the powers, which is equals to 10. But no, we didn't follow the order of operation, so this is wrong. So writing that equation again, we have 10 to the power of 2. So we have 10 to the power of 2 divide 5 times 2. Remember again, mass, bracket, then you now go for order. After order, you go for division, then multiplication, then addition, then subtraction. So you can see that we have exponent here because we don't have bracket. So the next is exponent. So let's treat this exponent first. So now this is 100. So we have treated this first. 5 times 2. So after treating exponent, let's treat division. So now treating division, we can actually change the sign to multiplication so that what we are actually supposed to divide with will now multiply with the inverse of that times 2. So this is what we are having. So if this is what we have, so now notice something. So if this is what we have, so we can multiply all these, so which is 100 times 1 times 2, now all divided by 5. So and 100 divided by 5 is 20. So now we now have times 2. So this is equal to 40. So this is our final answer. So don't forget, you have to remember your word mass. Order of operation, bracket, order, division, multiplication, addition, subtraction. Thank you for watching. Ensure you like and subscribe.